my threshold there. It's better when it's higher. I love a stock that started out at 50 cents but went to $20, double digits. That's the best. That's the best situation.
Cool.
Overnight holding. This is another risk management thing that you should really look at. For the same reason that these become good shorts, they can also blow you out if you overstay your welcome. So tightened liquidity can cause the order books to thin out, the spreads get ridiculously wide, volatility goes up and you get blown out. This is another scary moment for me. This was a real learning lesson that I had a while back. I was, for a time, holding shorts overnight up to 5 days at a time. And the returns were fantastic because after that initial spike, they just keep going like the ball rolling downhill, right? Every day it'll go down 5% more, 5% more. And you can really lengthen out your winners that way. But there's some huge risk in that because I didn't really pick up on this until I was stuck bad in this one here. What ended up happening is it was a good trade. This was my entry here. It's funny because you can barely even see what happened here because of this ridiculous spike the next day. But I entered here. I held it. I was going to close out late day, my normal 4 to 6 hour trade. But this stock had no news. And I had only made 3 or 4%. And I was thinking, well, when liquidity dries up, it's gonna drop. And I think these guys had a huge shelf that they could dump at any moment. And by the way, shelf is basically their pot of gold, their dilutive shares that they can dump whenever they want. And I think they were primed and ready to do that. So I thought, I'll wait, I'll hold it, and I'll cover in the morning. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, this thing spiked from about $5 to $125. And thank goodness it came back down by the time I woke up. I lost, some money, but it was manageable. But I looked back at my unrealized loss at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was over $250,000. And I thought, I will never, ever do that again. So that was a learning lesson there.
Wow.
Yep. We kind of went over drawdown risk a little bit earlier, but this is kind of how I go through and I find the worst drawdown that's ever occurred going back a number of years. So here I went and looked at 2014.